So today I'm going to show you how to make your own decorative molding. This is for a friend of the channel, famous Amos, by the way. Amos, you are the one that gave me the idea to show everybody how to make this. This is for you, my friend. So thank you for that. So there's a couple different ways of doing this, right? If you want to make your own decorative molding, well, I'm going to show you how to do that. So what I have here, and we're not going to be specific, but we're just going to say, I don't know, 4-inch width. Okay, you can see this right here. And the height, we're looking at about 10 inches. And we'll say thickness, maybe 1/4 of an inch. Now, depending on your stock or whatever wood you're working with, you know, that's up to you to change this to match your profile. And by the way, if you don't know, we are using the Vectric Aspire. This is an amazing freaking program. You can do this. You can try a free trial as long as you want. I'll leave a link in the description below for you to check this out. But we are going to make our own decorative molding. So here's what we're doing. So we got the width, we got the height, we got the thickness, the material surface. We are starting up on top here, and then we're bringing it down to the bottom left. That's usually where I start. I don't start in the middle. I just start bottom left on most, you know, rectangle or square projects. Very high resolution. We'll just leave it on that. The computer works pretty quick with this program, and we'll go. We're not going to go pine. I don't think it really matters, but what we'll do is instead of going pine, if you're doing decorative molding, you're probably going to go. I don't know. We'll go oak, and we're going to hit this, and we're going to hit OK. And now we have our stock set up. So usually what you would think is when you're doing something that's square, you would just come over here and draw that box. But we're not going to do this. Today we're actually going to use what are called rails. And we're going to sweep, basically create a shape by sweeping between two rail vectors. And very, very simple to do. So much so that they include molding designs right here off the software that if you purchase the Vectric Aspire, you get them for free, or you can make your own, which I'll show you towards the end of the video. But let's do this. So we have our stock. All we're going to do is come over here to drawing. We're going to click this right here, draw a line, and we're going to come up right here, and we're going to bring it down, left click, drag it, and then drop it right there. Then you can see it's sort of stuck. We're just going to right click it. So now you have your first shape. And I'm going to come over here to the 3D view as well. Now you're not seeing anything, right? And there's a reason for that, because we did not actually include the rails. So we're going to come up here, do this on the other side. We're just drawing the 2 lines for our molding. And then we're going to right click. And now you have your 2 lines. And again, you can see on the 3D side, there is nothing going on. So now what you need to do is you can either design your own molding, or you can go into the clip art, which I'm going to show you now. You know, this is why I say I love this program so much, is because they really give you everything you need. So you can see their borders, you know, domes, plate, textures, all that stuff. But we're not going to do that here. We're going to go into the Vectric files, and we are going to go to, let's see, where are you here? We're going to go into, it should be mold, there it is, molding profiles. So these are all downloaded, and you can see all the different types of moldings here that you can choose from. And if you wanted to, we could go, if we wanted to add some decoration, which we're going to on this, we're really going to make it fancy. We can go with something like this, maybe, molding 6. And we're going to click on that, and you can see that it gives us this line, right? So we're going to take that, we're going to click on that, and we're just going to move it to the left here. And we're done with the clip art. And again, you can pick from all of these, and we're just going to go back to drawing. So now what we're going to do, we're going to left click on that. And you remember the lines that we drew? We're going to left click, then we're going to shift, and then left click again. And then we're going to come over to molding. We're going to come up to our rail that we talked about. We're going to use selected. Now check this out. After you click that, you're going to come down here and left click this, and you're going to hit apply and watch the right screen. You're going to hit apply, and it's actually going to design that molding just like that shape. Ain't that freaking awesome? Now the white line is telling you that, well, you're probably going to carve through. So we got to adjust this, but check that out. That is so freaking awesome. I'm telling you all, check the free software out. You know, you can use it as much as you want to get the hang of it. It is just amazing, this profile. I just can't get over how well this software works. Once you try it, I'm telling you, you're probably not going to go back. So now we have this here, and we got to bring up our profile a little bit. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to hit close, because we already have that. And we're going to come over to component. We're going to double click on that. That's just going to be your molding. You can change the name, which we can do that here in a bit. We're going to bring up our base height a little bit and watch what happens to that white line. You see it's disappearing. You might want to make it a little bit thicker if you can. So something like that. And if you start running into issues with your toolpath, what you could do, because you only have a 1/4 inch worth of wood, you can bring this down a little bit and bring you see that? Bring your profile down a little bit, and it doesn't have to be as prominent. So if I bring it all the way up, you see it's a little bit more, or you can adjust that is what I'm saying. So, but very, very cool. Now we have our molding. Now what I'm going to show you is how can you add some decorations to this, right? Maybe you want some grapes, maybe you want some fancy border, I don't know, whatever you want. Let's do that here real quick. Let's add some fancy border to our molding. So really all you have to do when you're doing this is we're going to get a clip art. Now we're going to go down to, we can go to go plants and fruits, because that makes sense, right? And you can see there's all different kind of things here that you can choose from. You have these, you have your grapes, and we're going to do a few other things here as well. This is going to be a little bit different, but so we can go, let's go grapes. We can go inset, or we can bring these up like so. So you're going to put that on there. It's going to be a little bit too big. So we're going to bring this down. We're just going to zoop down, down, down. And really, you can put this wherever you want. Yeah, that looks like it's upside down. Is it? So we're going to have our molding go like this, I'm assuming. Probably like this. So we can have our molding go any way you want. But if you wanted to, you could take this and then flip it, whichever way you wanted. And you could do something like this, which is pretty cool. Or what you could do is you could bring this all the way down, and then you could go something like this. You can go, we'll just hit molding, and we got this here. So we're going to hit close. You can see the grapes here. We're going to double click on this here, and you can see that if I wanted to, I could bring this inwards just by pushing that button. You can see that it goes inwards like so. Or what I could do, I'll hit close. I'm going to go to drawing, and I can bring these the whole way across that piece of molding. We'll go drawing, make sure I'm clicked on this here, and then we're going to go, let's see, right here. We're going to go array, copy. We'll go rows 3, 0 offset if you want. You can adjust the gaps if you want. You can bring them up to 1, whatever you want to do, but you can hit copy, and now what it'll do is it will do this, you see, and now you can run that the whole way down your border if you wanted to. So you can engrave them, you can let them stand out a little bit. It's really up to you on how you want to do that. So that's really cool. Let me show you one other thing here. I don't want to make the video too long, but I really want you to be able to do a couple different things when it comes to molding on this program. So we're going to erase this, and I'm going to show you how to make your own contour, even though I think these work great. If you wanted to make something very fancy or whatever you wanted to do, you can. So let's do that now. All right, so we're right back at the beginning. We took everything off that we already did the first way I showed you. We're going to hit OK, and we're going to come back over. We're going to draw our lines again. So we're going to come up here, left click, drag down, let go, right click. Again, over here, left click, drag down. And again, these are not going to be perfect. I'm just showing you how to do this. So now what we're going to do is we are going to come over and maybe we want to make our own design. We could take something like this, draw a curve, and we'll just go, and maybe scroll in a little bit here. Bring this over, we'll go, and you can see how it rounds it out. It's not that sharp line. We'll go like this, like this, like this, and like that. I don't know. Maybe you like something like that. I don't know. It's up to you. So we're going to left click out of there. And what you can do now is left click, shift, left click. You're going to come back up to your molding, rails. We're going to hit use selected, just like we did before. And now come over here and left click this. We're going to go in our 3D mode. We're going to hit apply. And that is how you can make your own molding. You can design it however you freaking want. It is so freaking cool, right? And what's cool about this is you can design something that nobody else has designed, right? So if you go to Home Depot or Lowe's or Menards or wherever you're going, you're basically stuck with the molding that they have to offer. And maybe you're working for a high-class client that really wants something that's not from the Home Depot, and they want it handmade, handcrafted, hand carved, or whatever. You can do that here yourself with this, and that is what's so cool about this. But I'm going to show you one more way to do a decorative molding, and we're going to do that now. Now maybe you just want a plain piece of wood with some decoration on here. This is what we're going to do. We're going to come over here. We're going to take our clip art, right? Check this out. So if you go into decorative, they have all different kind of stuff here. Just so much stuff. You can go inlays, or you can get that nice rounded over carved look. But if you come over here, and it's super simple to do. I mean, you could do something like this. So you can take this and bring it over. Well, hold on. Let me go in my 3D because I want you to see it in real time. You go over here, drop it, right? And now what you could do is round this down like so. Come on, baby. The computer's slowing up on me here. It's because I'm outside. Okay, so you could do something like this, right, which is really cool, on a piece of wood. So that can be decorative. Or, and you know what we can do? We're going to come over here, and we're going to take, we're going to go drawing. Let's just get our piece of wood that we're actually working on here. We already set up our parameters. That's what we talked about before. We're going to come over here, hit mold, and we'll just hit this right here, and we'll hit apply. You can see our piece of wood pops up there. So we're going to hit close. And again, if you wanted to, you could throw that on there. You could do something like this one here, where you just bring that down, rotate it, and then when you do this, you can adjust your base heights again, because you can see where it's turning green, it's not going to carve out. So you can just line it up, and we're not going to do it perfect here, but you can see, you could do something like this. See that? And again, if you went to molding, you went over here, just mess around with your base heights, bring this up. And if you didn't want to go real thick like that, you could erase this. We'll just hit delete. And let's go one more. We'll go clip art, and we can go something like this. So we can bring this up here, and we're going to have to flip it. And again, this, oop, don't want to do that. Sorry. We can bring it down. Whatever. We're not going to make it perfect. We're going to bring this like so. And now you can make it a little bit thicker. Just bring that out towards the middle. And what's cool about this, here, let me drag this up a little bit. So now you have your other molding. You can come down here to the drawing just like we did, and then line those up. So you could just hit copy, and it would space them out like I showed you earlier. You would just have to tweak it a little bit. This isn't completely straight, so it's going to be off a little bit, but you're just going to have to tweak it. And in that way, you can see like so, those gaps will line up perfectly. So there's so many different ways of doing this, and those are some of the easiest. I mean, they already have stuff built into this program that you would not have to go out and try to design it yourself. If you wanted a different design that they didn't have, which they have tons of them, you can go on websites like Pinterest or whatever and download your own 3D relief picture and drag them in that way and create your own molding. So again, so many different ways. So I hope this helps you. Amos, I appreciate it, buddy. Everything you do for the channel, thanks so much. And everybody else that stops by, I do appreciate it. We're going to learn together on this. So don't forget to smash that like button, get subscribed, hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on any of these videos. And we'll be back with more videos soon.